So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Vital Exchange, Ketul and Sharu. Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to take part in this tech huddle. This is actually our second tech huddle. We did this maybe about a year ago, still Zoom COVID times. So we've come quite a bit of a long way since then when we were just beginning the work on the platform. My name is Charu Ramanathan, and I am a Cleveland, Ohio native. And the company is also based out of Cleveland, Ohio. And my co-founder is Ketul.
Hi, Ketul Patel, also native Clevelander, born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm co-founder and CTO of Vital Exchange.
All right, so let's just get right into it on what we started and why we started it. So what we found ourselves as patients and caregivers is we struggled to find health information. Both of us are tech entrepreneurs. This is our second startup in the health space. And we had really no clout when it came to finding health information. We were Googling, and the whole appointment system was really not very conducive to finding quick information. And especially in the disability space, we found that families struggle to find health information, to make informed decisions, to understand what their child is going through, what type of a provider could help them, to talk to other parents to see whether they're going through the same thing and what they did to help alleviate their situation, all of those things. And when we did our research, we found that this was indeed the case. We interviewed hundreds of patients in over 21 different health conditions, including several types of developmental and intellectual disabilities. And we found that on an average, 150 hours were spent by caregivers and patients Googling for health information because they had no other place to go. And they all reported, 70% of them, which is a big majority, felt overwhelmed and frustrated. Next slide, please. And interestingly, and this is not uncommon information, this is very common information, the timely access to quality health information is difficult in the healthcare system. It's not like quickly you can, type a question and have somebody that's, qualified or a verified expert actually answer that. You first have to go through a selection or a referral process. Then you have to go through the paperwork to schedule that appointment. You have to give all your insurance information. And then on an average, US national average, it takes about 24 days to get an appointment. And, from traveling and parking and filling out the forms and staying in the waiting room, you're literally talking about 4 to 5 hours on an average, which is really half a work day taken from most people to meet on an average 8 minutes with the provider. So clearly there's a lock and key, everything's kept on one side and then patients are on the other side trying to Google for information. So we took a deeper dive. And what we found is on the provider side, people want better avenues to deliver their expertise. 99% of healthcare institutions are on Facebook. Facebook is the worst platform for healthcare. There's privacy concerns. Facebook uses its data for its own gain. Why are they there? Because they're trying to find other avenues to deliver their expertise. They want to have more time with patients than dealing with paperwork. They crave balance and flexibility to spend on more important things in their lives. They want to make bigger impact than just is possible with one-on-one office visits. And they want to have a cash practice versus a traditional clinical practice that can help them disseminate their expertise while getting fair profit for the amount of hours that they're spending, based on how they want to practice healthcare. And COVID has really brought all of this to a very nice culmination where virtual care delivery has become more mainstream and accelerated than it ever was. And so here we are with Vital Exchange. So what we're doing is a new model for health where people, patients, caregivers, can directly connect to the wisdom of matched health experts at any point in their health journey. Well, do you have a diagnosis? Are you having festering symptoms? Shouldn't be a reason why you decide to, procrastinate care or actually access care. And you can't be waiting for 24 days to get that care. what if we create a dynamic digital doorway to health expertise when the patient needs it, how they need it, and at their level? This improved access to care will result in better engagement, and therefore we believe it'll improve patient experience and outcomes, and it really increases accountability. So what we're trying to do here is really draw a vital exchange, the exchange of vital health information between patients and caregivers on one side and health experts on the other side using technology. Next slide, please. So the VitalExchange platform is a pretty comprehensive platform that has two key components. On the left is the VitalExchange mobile app, so that patients and caregivers can have all of this information and access to expertise at their fingertips in the palm of their hands. And on the other side, experts, and we're defining them broadly as vital guides that are peer experts, parents, and patients that have lived experiences that we qualify and put on the platform that can provide some lifestyle, quality of life type of advice. And we have the traditional providers, therapists, physicians, non-MD, MD type of providers, as well as the periphery of disability care, which is educators, law, financial assistance, and things like that. And so we have a comprehensive web portal called VX Max that allows the experts a portal to access the members on the VitalExchange app. And Ketal will be walking us through how all of this comes together.
Okay, so Dustin just told me that I was sharing the presenter view, so let me make sure I'm sharing the right view for everybody.
Yeah, I think you were sharing the entire desktop, which is fine. You're good. Okay. Looks better now. Thank you.
Cool. Great. So as Shara mentioned, we have a mobile side, and this is where the first sort of customer contact occurs. And basically the customer interacts with Vera and answers a few questions to start building a profile for themselves. They'll tell us what conditions they're interested in. They'll also tell us some specifics. So what we do is we map each condition to a set of health interests. Based on those health interests, Vera will guide you to existing groups and existing places where people can interact on the platform and see things that they talked about that they were interested in. On the expert side, we have a portal, as Sharon mentioned, that runs on a laptop. It runs on a web browser, and you log into this web browser, and this gives you a multitude of options to communicate with the members that are on the platform. And we'll go through a few of these as we move forward. One of the things that Vera does is that when she collects that profile information, she uses that to match to content and groups and offers that are on the platform. And how does she do that? She's got a natural language processing engine inside of her where she recognizes key terms that are mapped to those interests. So we have, so if you have a phrase, a medical phrase or a healthcare phrase that is used by patients, we'll map those to medical terms or expertise areas on the healthcare side. Underneath Vera, those phrases are contained within a keylex. And so what we did was we analyzed how patients talk about health. We analyzed what phraseology works. Sometimes they misspell things. What are the key misspellings that people use? We'll take all those things and we'll be able to understand what that sort of piece of content's about, and we'll be able to match it to patients' interests. That way we get exposure to the right experts that are on the platform, the right groups that they might be offering, the right chats or other kind of like webinars and things that they might be offering as well. As we talked about on the platform, on the portal side, it's a very fully integrated platform that helps you control your storefronts, really deliver your services, post to your communities, moderate those communities. We also let you, basically content market yourself. So put your expertise out there through blog articles or things that people find of value that will also expose your expertise to the community. We provide analytics. What's engaging people the most? what aren't people engaging with? And then on the other hand, what are people talking about? What are the full topic areas? So using more of that NLP technology to say, okay, these are the key phrases, these are the key topics that people are talking about. And finally, we've integrated the platform, Stripe payment platform. So if you want to charge for a particular group, a service, a chat, a webinar, you can do that through the platform. We'll go through a few examples here as we move forward. The first one is we allow people to offer both free and paid for chats. So the free chats are actually mapped to let me take a step back. When a person comes onto the platform, they can ask a question that is matched to experts on the platform. So if you have a particular expertise area, we'll match that question to an expertise area, and that you'll get an email notification that says, hey, you've got a question that matches your expertise area. Here's the question. You can go on the platform and then answer that question. We do not let people charge for that piece because we see that as an opportunity for you to showcase your expertise to the caregiver or patient. That customer will get their question answered, but on the other hand, you'll be able to then say, hey, you might be interested in this other offering I might have, or this free group that I have, or this other services that you might be offering. But you're now in the sort of the customer's mind, and you've actually shown that your expertise can answer their question. One of the things we talked about was, your ability to create communities on the platform. So here's 3 examples of communities that are currently on our platform. On the left, you'll see this is one of our Vital guides. She's gone through almost everything with raising her son who has autism. She provides things that she's learned. She also, when she's learning new things and different things, she posts things. She interacts with people who have questions on things, or who have questions with their experiences. So not only does she have this free group that she has, but she also has expert chats, and she has also individual chats that she can enter into from a payment perspective. In the middle, you have an organization that helps with children to read. She has a free community. She gives free video lessons to show her expertise that she posts into the community. And then she also answers questions back and forth, but she has a regular sort of content feed of just live videos that she created and that she posts onto the platform. And then finally, on the right side is a community that they're not really looking for new customers, but they're really looking to engage their current customers. And so what they've done is created a group on VitalExchange. They have all the tools, the engagement tools, that they can chat one-on-one with one of their community members if they want to, but they're also able to post announcements, things that are happening with their organization, and new things that they might be offering in the future through VitalExchange. Here is a more creative way of using some of our tools. You can basically use our chats to post things. So you can say, I'm going to schedule an evaluation. And what you can do is basically charge for a chat, post the link to the evaluation in the chat, and then have a back and forth using our chat platform to discuss the results and have some continuing conversation regarding what that evaluation is and what might be continuing care for that person. On the right, you have basically a nice webinar that somebody's posted. You buy this through our platform. In the chat, they'll post a link to the webinar, and you'll be able to attend that webinar.
The idea here also is to create not like a unilateral delivery where the expertise is just transferred to the patient and the patient goes away. The idea is to create engagement around and conversation around all the concerns that a caregiver may have, and stretch that into a dialogue where the expert may be able to suggest other things and pathways for them to move forward. I think health information and healthcare shouldn't be transactional. It should be a journey, and there are plenty of providers out there that are wanting to go on that journey that's not supported by the current healthcare system that's so focused on billing and less about care delivery. And it's also, has a lot of history and tradition to it. So we are trying to change that paradigm by providing opportunities for, modern and more transformative providers and experts to be able to serve patients, and all at the same time monetize their wisdom. There's so many ways to create opportunities to make money that could be way more lucrative and way more fulfilling and satisfying for professionals than spending 33% of the time on paperwork and another 12% of the time on appointment scheduling and management that's bestowed upon the provider from hospital administration.
So you can see here, there's 3 examples of people showing what they are offering through VitalExchange. These are social media ads that have been created for them. They once you're on VitalExchange, you can send links to offers through your social media, through email, however you want to do that. People come onto the platform and then are able to purchase your service or join your free community or avail themselves of any of the free offerings. So some creative ways here again, answering nutrition questions from Reframe Wellness. Inspired Treehouse has created a virtual play group that meets regularly that you can join. And then Mental Nourish here has a mindful morning practice where they, basically once a week provide some guidance for mental health on a weekly basis. So that's it. To join, go to our website. There's a sign up link there. You can sign up. You'll basically be led to the App Store or Play Store to get the mobile version. We're also onboarding caregivers that are able to provide support. We're onboarding professionals as well on the side. If you go to our For Professionals page, you'll see more details on that side and a form to sign up for that.
We're also adding vital guides to the platform. So if you're a parent professional that wants to really be able to support other parents on their journey, or other, you have a chronic health condition and you feel very passionate about sharing your journey, we'd love to hear from you as well.
Fantastic. I always learn something new about what you guys are doing every time I see it. So this was helpful for me also. So any questions for our presenters today, please go ahead and get them in the chat. I did want to let you guys all know that I am actually, Disability Cocoon is on VitalExchange. We've created a storefront and obviously listed our areas of expertise around tech, and have had several questions come in that we've answered in their Ask an Expert kind of forum. So it is up, it is working, and I can't wait to see just how big this gets. And I think it's an extremely valuable service to people, just to be able to get those questions answered immediately. So I'm a fan, is what I'm saying.
Thank you for your support, Dustin.
Any last minute questions? Any other comments from you guys, or? Okay. Well, True Kettle, thank you very much for doing this. Again, it's always exciting to see how companies are progressing, and you guys have obviously made leaps and bounds. Looks like Marisol also said this is great, so in the chat. So for those of you that are watching this on the recording, highly recommend you go out to VitalExchange and sign up, get an account. It's a great place to get information. So thank you both again for your time today, and thank you all the attendees for joining us. And we will hopefully see you on the next Tech Huddle. Thanks again, guys.
Thanks,